Alright, y'all. Anyway, today we're going to Duna. And the answer is, I don't know. I just haven't made a KSP video in a while. So I got a better computer since my last KSP videos. Obviously. That's quite ironic. This is a Duna mission. I launched at a Duna transfer window. But I kinda talked through some of my methodology here because I used to play this game a lot and have a lot of knowledge on how it works. A transfer window, or a Hohmann transfer window, is a planetary alignment. The way that Duna, the position Duna is in Kerbin is I specifically waited for. This transfer window means I'll have to use the least amount of fuel to get to Duna. If Duna was, say, all the way over here, I would have to use a lot more fuel than it being here. So the transfer window for Duna is if you make a sort of like a triangle, draw a line from Kerbin to the sun to Duna, and it should be right here about 45 degrees. So, SAS on, full throttle. What? I can't hear the engines. Now, I know expert, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to hear them. 3, 2, 1. So, this is intentionally at a 1.33 thrust to weight ratio. So I'm slowly going to start tilting over. You just kind of feel for it. I mean, it depends on the size of the rocket, but a general rule of thumb, if you're just starting out, that you can just start off with to get that feel, is you want to, by the time you reach 10,000 meters, you want to be at this 45-degree angle in the nav ball. That's just a general rule of thumb. And of course, you can modify that principle depending on the size of the rocket. From what I've noticed, the bigger the rocket, the steeper you want to be. You can see I'm quite steep here. God, I love these clouds so much. It was like asparagus staging, and the fuel of these boosters drains into here, and so every time I press space, I have a full tank, which is I'm kind of using a similar design to the Kerbal X. So I'm watching my apoapsis height, and I will not cross the 45-degree boundary until my time to apoapsis is above 50 seconds. So we're about to cross it. When I do, I go to prograde, and I slow down my engines so that I'm just barely... My time to apoapsis is going up at the least engine throttle possible. The reason I'm doing this is to avoid the majority of the effects of atmospheric heating. Atmospheric heating, it looks nice, but it has a lot of bad effects on speed. You want it, the least amount of it as you can, because it drags down the craft, and it's really not nice. My low Kerbin orbit is 80 kilometers, or 80,000 meters. It's kind of up to you. I just prefer that, because I've always done that. We're going to a thinner part of the atmosphere now, so I'll go full throttle. Okay, switching to my next stage. I'm using a Wolfhound engine for my orbit stage. It looks like it's going slowly, but that's because I'm kind of doing most of it, you know, ironically in the upper atmosphere. 80,000 meters, and I'm going to deploy my shell. This is my interplanetary transfer stage, and it's also my orbit stage. So what I can do is, and plus I haven't done a KSP video in such a long time. Also, a tip you'll learn as well is that oh, we're in space. If you're having a maneuver node, it is inaccurate until you're out of an atmosphere. Now that I'm above 70,000 meters, I'm out of the atmosphere. It's not all good. And of course, turn on the setting. It's like a better burn time or something in settings that gives you this. Now we're doing our orbit burn. We are in orbit now. We are in low Kerbin orbit. You can see our periapsis is above the Kármán line, and so is our apoapsis. This is an Apollo-style mission. You can see because we have a separate command and service module and a landing module. The landing module will obviously be landing with parachutes because Mars has an atmosphere, or Duna has an atmosphere, and this will be the command and service module. So let's go ahead and get this ready. So what I'm going to do is I need to dock to it. So I'm going to get Valentina Kármán, because now that we have the luxury of having multiple Kerbals, her on the lander. Now this isn't required. I don't use the I think the land lazy method of docking. I used to a while ago. So we'll undock, and I'll go to RCS. I can't do it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing something that you definitely should not do. Listen, just don't do this in real life, okay? And you'll be fine. There we go. So I'm going to set my target as the Clampetron docking port, and I'm going to control from here. This is something you get to learn, especially later on when we get to doing a full-on, you know, docking from orbit and rendezvous. That's something you just learn over time. Over time, it becomes easier exponentially. What? Dock already. Why is it not? Why is it taking so long to dock? What? They're touching each other. Or are they not docking? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. What? They're literally touching each other. Why are they not docked? There we go. I don't know what that was. Anyway, now we're left with a bit of a problem here. I have enough fuel in here to help with my interplanetary transfer, but the engines for the transfer are on the wrong sides. Now I'm going to divert, while we're burning, I'm going to pump fuel from here into here. Well, simply, our next step is to perform the interplanetary transfer burn. So we can see here, we're going to Duna, and we're meeting it around here. I'll show you kind of what the orbit looks like. So what I do is I'm going to create my maneuver node, and my maneuver node needs to exit the sphere of influence of Kerbin. You can see now we are orbiting the star. Now I can move this until I find a point on which I get the best results. And I'm going to click here and click set as target. Now, because this is so far away, if this were like going to the moon or Minimus or something, then we could refine our approach as we were planning our transfer burn. But since this is so far away, it's not really worth it to do your transfer, to do your corrections. So instead, I'm going to be doing a mid-course correction burn about halfway to refine our trajectory approaching Duna. But first, I have to get my trajectory to Duna, which should not be too difficult considering the launch transfer window. There we go. It's 1200. I think that's a little bit high. This burn is going to take us quite some time. Luckily, we have physics time warp. You don't want to waste any fuel on these missions to space because, you know, there's no gas station around. So you gotta and off we go.
Audio.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to my map now that we're getting close. There it is. So yeah, we're obviously not gonna come in like this. I'm gonna do a mid-course correction burn, but because of how orbits work in KSP, I'm gonna wait till we get out of the sphere of influence of Kerbin. Alright, so I'm gonna transfer all the fuel out of these fuel tanks. Let's go ahead and decouple this. And now we are coasting on our way. I'll go ahead and deploy our solar panels. Give us a little bit of a spin for, like, you know, pseudo-gravity. And now we're just going to have to coast to interplanetary space. There we go. Now we have direct access to sunlight, so our technology will refill. So you don't have to worry about power. It is pretty basic electronic stuff. I don't have complicated solar panels. And that's because I don't need it. You don't really need big solar panels in this game unless you're going far away and using a lot of power. At that point, just use RTGs. Let's see if we can spot Minimus. Oh, that's Duna right there. That's crazy. I love this. The distant object enhancer mod lets you see far away objects as little dots, and that's so cool. The only time we really need a lot of power is for the science lab, which we don't have on board. And here we are. We are now in interplanetary space, I believe. Let's plot our mid-course correction burn. A lot of the time when you're going to Duna, you will get an Ike assist, and that's nice, actually, because it gives us an opportunity to get a little bit of science, so that's fine. Okay, now let's get Valentina Kerman back into the main thing. This is where they're going to be spending the next few months. This, by the way, this antenna won't last us long. That's the reason why I have 2 pilots on board. I mean, I think the antenna won't last us long. Hopefully we'll upgrade to a different antenna. Time warping to the maneuver node. So I'll go ahead, I might as well press the 2 key, which retracts the antenna. The solar panels don't retract. They're on the same hotkey, but these ones aren't retractable because they use less mass. I'm going to go ahead and adjust this to have a lower thrust limiter. Just a Wolfhane engine have a lower thrust limiter is crazy. It will help us get more precise on our maneuver. We have quite a bit of fuel, and the lander does too. Clearly not enough fuel. Also, on Mars. That's why I say don't really worry about making like your lander too big and your command module too small, or the other way around, because you can always just transfer fuel between the two. I mean, within reason, of course. Like, you have to take into account engines and stuff. This is elite foreshadowing. I cannot explain how foreshadowiness this foreshadow. This is the most foreshadowing that is ever foreshadowed. You don't understand how much this will foreshadow. Alright, now we pretty much just wait. Oh, not quite. I forgot something. Let's get Bob out. I haven't been to interstellar space before. Save, so I can go ahead and... It's my first time leaving Kerbin, so I can go ahead and do science. You can see it all here. Where's the Science Junior? Oh shit, almost forgot. It's inside the Mark II lander can. Alright, and then I'll extend the antenna. I know it doesn't work, but I just like the idea, you know. Let's warp over to here, near my Duna counter. Warping between continents is kind of sketchy, so I tend to warp to the edge of them. There it is, that's Kerbin in the mine. I'm not sure how YouTube compression will let you warp to the very, very edge. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is. God, it just appeared. There's Duna. And we are now in space above Duna. So, I'm going to do science. And we could get Bob on EVA. The 3 key on my keyboard will deploy the parachutes. Or I'll die. Let's warp to Ike. Oh, come on. That is cool. That was a... We just witnessed a lunar eclipse. Or solar eclipse. It's one or the other. Dude, that was a proper lunar or solar eclipse. I don't know the difference between the two. I'm not gonna lie. That was cool. That was so cool. Oh my god. Alright. We are now in space high above Ike. Where we can do science. Alright, Bob. Let's go get our science stuff. Oh, shit. I keep forgetting to... forgotten to do EVA reports. That's why I should have this menu open. I call this the Duna Shot 1. It's just a naming scheme. The first ship in the save I called the Space Shot 1, and I kept up with the theme with the Mud Shot. I don't really like doing crew reports because you can only do one. Transfer the crew report in the end. This is going to take a lot of Delta V. Wow. Wow, that was something. Alright. Oof, this hurts, dude. This hurts. This actually hurts. This is actually a shit ton of Delta V. And we turn off the thrust limiter. Oh, that's so much Delta V. Will I be able to get back to Kerbin? I mean, I don't have enough to transmit it. Dude, I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough to get back to Kerbin. Okay, it's gonna be close, but I think we will. Little did I know how true that statement would be. Correction, I hope we will. This hurts so bad, dude. This genuinely is painful. We are now in Duna orbit. Well, y'all know what time it is. It's time to land on Duna. So Jebediah will be stepping into the lander can, as well as our friend Bob. Bob will be doing science stuff. Hopefully we come back. There we go. Valentina's all on her own. We're now undocked. I'm going to start off by performing half of a Hohmann transfer. Well, we're actually going to be doing a full Hohmann transfer here. Just so I can get some science from low Duna. A Hohmann transfer, by the way, is... I'll show a picture. You lower one side of the orbit, you go there, and then you lower that side of the orbit to make it the most efficient. It's typically used for docking. I don't use it for docking, but that's what it's typically used for. We're definitely going to be cutting it close. I have a very strong feeling we're going to be cutting this mission close. Let's do this. I'm actually nervous. Okay. The steeper we enter... I'll fucking... I had a point there, but I lost it. Hopefully I don't enter it too quick to use my parachute. Let's go. That's the scary part. Cue the Half-Life Alex music and the Jebediah. That mission Martian thing I did fucking suck. We're getting close to the Dunian atmosphere. I believe it's at 50,000 meters. We are inside of Duna's atmosphere right now. This is scary as hell. I'm going to arm all the chutes, so as soon as they can deploy, they will deploy. The deployments were closer in the lower atmosphere, I think. Oh, we're starting to shake a bit. This is scary. I'll give a little bit of a deceleration here. We have 2 minutes till it wants us to do a suicide burn. Turbo engineer redux. Love that, by the way. Love that readout. Why is it unsafe? Oh, you're really cutting it. There we go. Jesus. My god. You're scaring me. These shoots are scaring me. Hopefully we have enough of them. Oh, this will be easier than I thought. Well, I think we'll be fine. Always like to deploy my landing gear late. It's cool. I'm a cool kid. Not quite a suicide burn, but it'll do. Guys, why are we still moving, dude? Dude, I'm still moving. Oh my god, dude. I'm so close to stopping, I can feel it. Yes, we stopped moving. Okay. Extend the ladder. Bob Kerman will be the first one on the surface because Bob has been the first on every surface. Bob Kerman. For all Kerbal kind. Welcome to Duna. Woohoo! We're on Duna, guys. We did it, chat. Welcome to Mars. Traces of water. Oh yeah. Everywhere you look, you see red. Alright, let's go and reset these experiments and redo. Don't go inside the landing gear. It's not a good idea. But of course, what we really have to do here. Plant our flag. We were here, guys. Yay, Duna. Yes. Let's climb to the top here. Alright, close it up. Retract our antenna. Retract our ladder. Well, it's time to go home, guys. Let's set our target. Shit. Okay, I'm actually going to keep these on then, because they have fuel in them. Okay, give us just enough push so that we get off the ground. Retract our landing gear. And then full throttle here. Man, this is not very good aerodynamic design. Alright, we did it, guys. We're out of the Dunian atmosphere, and now we've got to perform my copyright method of docking. Yeah, this is pretty much just how I dock. It seems like when you're new to KSP and docking, this can be really difficult, rendezvousing. But as you just keep doing it, it's not difficult. It's really easy. You just get used to it, and it becomes like a rhythm for you. You figure out a method that works, and you just keep doing it. It's one of those things. It's different for everybody, but it just works. Just give a little bit of a burst to the engines. Slowly close to it. Most issues I have with docking are me going too fast, so just go slow and take your time. I promise you'll get there. You can see here in a little bit. I'm just going to compensate by going faster. A bit ironic, but you know, it works. And there we go. We are now docked. Now let's get Bob out. Bob's going to get all the science and stuff. We've got a lot of data. Truly a lot of data. I took an EVA report up here, right? Alright, and I'm also going to take all this stuff. 22 experiments, bro. We're rich. Alright, now Jebediah, get out of here. The Duna Shot 1 lander is no longer needed. Goodbye. Oh my god, it is still needed. I forgot to transfer the fuel. I need to redock. Hold on. So we'll have 1600 meters per second of delta V.
You have to take into account.
That should be enough to get us an encounter with Kerbin where we at least can get inside the atmosphere. And then we can absolutely shred this heat shield. I mean, it will work, right? I'm absolutely destroying this heat shield on re-entry. This thing's going to stop us from interplanetary speeds, so, you know. We could also just aero brake, but I don't want to not have full ablator, so. Okay, let's transfer it in. Oh, that didn't do anything, dude. Oh, that really did not do anything. It's because of the engine.
You have to take into account engines.
They use different engines. This has to push more, so... Fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I don't have enough fuel. I have 600, I have less than 1,000 meters per second of delta V, and I need to get, no, I don't, I have 1,000 meters per second of delta V. I need to get back to Kerbin with less than 1,000 meters per, dude, I'm cooked. Let's get this transfer window. Why is he screaming, dude? Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. This is either not gonna happen or it's going to be like uncalculably close. If I can't come back, then I'll load this quick save and I'll have to launch a rescue mission. If I can do this though, it's gonna be very cool. I sincerely hope Kerbal Engineer Redux is right. Because up here it says I have 961 meters per second, but down here it says I have 626. One of these is right. I'm hoping it's Kerbal Engineer Redux, this one. Please let this work, dude. Please let this work. Please let this work. Please let this work. I'm begging this to work, bro. Oh, yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Kerbal Engineer Redux was the right one. We will barely... I can't describe just how barely with the most capital B you can think of, have enough fuel to reach Kerbin, I think, or we'll die. It's, you know, it's one or the other, okay? It's fairly, I'm gambling here. I'm gonna pretend I calculated this, okay? This was hard to calculate. This took me a while to do this math. It took a while. I made sure I was right within, dude, I gave myself no room here. Oh my god. Okay, I got a curb encounter, barely. It's possible, guys. It is possible. Just barely. I'm not going to be able to refine my landing at all, but I will be landing, I hope. I'm going to enter Kerbin somewhere. Hopefully it's slowly. Alright, here we are inside of interstellar space. Let's deploy our antenna. Not like it's gonna do anything, but you know. Dude, this is close as hell, dude. This is so close, dude. Yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a... This is gonna be one hell of an entrance, dude. I'm within less than 200 meters per second of Delta V right now. This is gonna be close as hell, dude. Usually, I don't even know if this is... Oh, man. Oh, I've missed you. Thank you. You served me well, Command and Service Module. Goodbye. Facing retrograde. We might have actually just done that. Very close Duna mission, but cool as hell. Oh man. Oh, we're almost there, dude. We're almost there. This is Firefly, by the way. It's the Command and Service Module. Love these Firefly effects. You can see our apoapsis is now within Kerbin, so no matter what, we're living today. Our apoapsis is now within the atmosphere. Oh my god. Oh, and there goes our heat. We did it. Look at these clouds, dude. Oh man. I usually deploy my parachutes about 100 or about a kilometer, or in this case, since they're going pretty quick, probably about 2 kilometers above sea level, or above ground level, sorry. I forget the keybind to get rid of the UI, so just deal with it. Look at that. Joke shoots are deployed. There it goes. Heat shield jettisoned. Oh man, we did it. That was close, dude. That was so close. And a little rough impact, but we did it. 2,000. Nearly 3,000. That's not bad at all. That was a huge success. Don't worry about the end. I planned that. That was actually a skit, if you can believe it. We did that rescue mission. I was there. That was a funny joke of mine. I wasn't gonna launch a rescue mission. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Yep. Thank you guys for watching this stupid ass video. Let me know if you want me to do more KSP videos. I might. I know nobody's even gonna watch this actually. I'm gonna get like 3 views, but you know, yeah.